All right, people, my name is Cameron and welcome back. Today we're back out here where we've been going for the past like 2 weeks. Very weird today because, well, first of all, the wind's only supposed to be blowing like 10 out of the southeast, and it's blowing like straight from the east at like 15. And then also it's supposed to be a low tide, dead low tide right now, moving into a high tide this afternoon, but instead it's like super high everywhere, probably because we have that east wind. And also the tide looks to be pushing out here, so don't know what's going on with that. Either way, we're just gonna fish where we see bait. A bunch of pelicans feeding over here on this little eddy by that outgoing tide. So we're gonna run over there and see if we can hook into something. Stay tuned and strap on the waders and getting after it. All right, so we got those two reds on the other side. Now we have switched over here just for a little bit. Even though the tide's not how we like it, that doesn't mean there's not fish in here. Just gonna be poking around with a little 1/4 ounce jig head and a shrimp or a gulp or whatever. See if we can pull any out. And then eventually we're gonna end up going back over to the other side, throwing plastics or popping corks. The water's murkier than it was last time, way higher than last time, like I've already said. Tide's stupid high. We're gonna see what happens though. I got something out here, people. I think it's a little trout. Yeah, it is a trout. Well, I've got a slam. Oh, 12-inch trout. Man, peel the doubt shrimp on a jig head. Shrimp on a jig head catches everything. Trout, red, and flounder. And this trout is actually probably a little bit bigger than 12. Yeah, almost pushing 15. Can get the release on him. Oh! He released himself. All right. Another little trout, looks like. Yeah, it's a trout. Oh, that's actually a pretty nice sand trout. Boom. It's like 3 fish so far. Or no, that's like 5. No, that's 6. That's 2 flounder, 2 trout, and 2 redfish. I don't know if it's a flounder or what. I'm gonna catch him. Ah! Oh my gosh, I got him. Look at that, I'm just snagged way over here. I think I'm just snagged. No, I got him. Pull and drag. Flounder. Is that a flounder or a red? Oh, it's a nice flounder. Holy crap. Stay pinned, baby. Stay pinned. Oh. That's my biggest flounder of the year so far. That is a freaking doormat. Are you kidding me, dude? That thing has to be like 19 or something. No way. Let's go, dude. It's fat. That is a really good flounder. All right. We're going to put him on the stringer right here. Before we unhook him, of course, like I always say, we got this nice flounder right here. My biggest one of the run so far. We're going to put him on the stringer. So, and then we're going to measure him up, but I'm scared. Don't want... Whoa, gosh. That's what I'm scared about. Man, we've been fishing this spot for how many days now? Trying to catch a flounder here, to be honest. A keeper flounder. And always caught those little babies. No, I finally have a biggie. Oh, I'm losing. He was on the stringer. No way. We just caught this flounder twice. I caught this flounder and no one caught this flounder. So, wow. What a slab. All right, we're gonna get him unhooked here. Pops out that easy. Didn't even have it down his gullet. We got the not my fault rods right here measured. That is going to be, that red is 20. So we're gonna say he's 19. With no tail pinch, 19. Oh yeah, baby, that's a good eater right there. And he's fat. Look how thick this thing is. It's full belly right here. We're definitely going to see what's in there. So this is one of the main reasons I really wanted this rod, by the way. Just throw him out there, because I thought it'd be amazing for flounder fishing, because it has a sensitive tip with enough backbone to set the hook super hard, which is exactly what I just did on this thing. I tried to break it, and it didn't break, so that's good. Anyways, on the stringer, throw him back on the clip, and Let's try to get another one. Trout. Is that just a really big sand trout? Dude, we're keeping that thing. That's just a big sand trout. Or a sand trout, or a Gulf trout or silver trout, whatever they call them. Two different things. It's pretty big. I mean, he's 13, 14 inches. We're not going to keep him. We're going to let him go. Nolan's on. Alright guys, we're doing our last cast right here. Then we're going to actually get out of here earlier than we usually would. We usually fish until dark. But we're going to head back home and do a catch and cook with that flounder for y'all. So we'll see you at the house in just a minute. Alright, so we got our awesome flounder right here, really fat. I'm super excited to see what's in his belly because it just feels completely full. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it's bulging out. So I think there's something in there. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be making stuffed flounder because I feel like it's a sin to not stuff a flounder that is like 18, 20 inches, somewhere around there. All right, so all you need to get the flounder ready for stuffing is obviously a fillet knife, and then we have a scaler right here. A spoon will work too, and then a pair of shears. So we've used scissors before, but you could definitely break a pair of scissors if they're not good trying to cut the bones out. All right, so first what we're gonna do is we're gonna scale him first. So I really recommend this. A spoon works, but this thing costs like $1 and it works like a charm. So all you do, literally run it up, and within 2 minutes you can have this thing scaled. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll see y'all back to show y'all the next step. All right, next step is to cut the head off and get the guts out, obviously. So a lot of people cut them at an angle. I usually go up from right here and then go around, but today we're gonna try it at an angle because you can't really eat anything in here anyways. So we're gonna start up here. Oh, popped it full of eggs, so it's a female. All right, so we're gonna continue to cut the head off. I have to pick it up, saw down through that. Oh, there we go. All right, now that we got the head off, we're just gonna give it a quick rinse around, get all the crap off the table, and then we're gonna start deboning this thing. So first thing first, just like if you were filleting out a flounder, same exact thing as stuffing it, except you just don't cut it all the way off. We're gonna find that middle line right here. You can feel it right there. We're gonna take our knife and stab it in, make it cut all the way down. It's crazy how easy it is to cut whenever you have no scales on there. Cut all the way up. And then, like I always say, which I think we've showed y'all how to clean a flounder before, just put your finger down in that cut and feel the backbone. And then, so I feel it right here, it's down on this little side just because of where I cut. So we're gonna start working up the other way first. So it helps to break through the beginning. Just like that. And you can just start to make slices down in it. Some people like to do super big, long slices. I like to start out shorter, making sure I get all the meat at the beginning. And there is a bone that you have to break through right here at the top. Once you get through it, it makes it super easy. Just slowly start to peel it away, like you're skinning a deer or something if you've ever done that. Now, if you're going to fillet it right now, you would stop where you are. Or no, right now, if you're going to fillet it, you'd stick your knife through, poke it through, and just pull it straight off. We're not filleting it, so we're just gonna stop where we are and go on to the other side, do the same thing. So we have the top pulled back just like that, filleted right off. Now we're just gonna take our knife, stab it right on the underside of those bones. And as you can see, you can kind of see the knife coming up through it, like right here. That's what you want to be able to see. You want to see the knife. You just stab it back and just work it off. Basically just doing it from the inside out, filleting it from the inside out. Which is way easier than it may sound. I like to turn the knife, go both ways. Okay. We're gonna go and do the same thing on the other side. So once we get the bottom side cut off like that by going inside out, you don't need to do it all the way right now, but just get as much as you can. Then you're gonna take your shears, run right up here on the outside, about as far as you can get without cutting through. Just start trimming it up. And I highly recommend shears. These things work great. Cut like butter. So we're gonna go about right there. As you can see, it's still connected down there. So now we can come up with our knife, try and do the same thing we did, but we can reach farther down, obviously. So our knife isn't that long. Oop, poked right through. Anyways, keep cutting. And we'll go and do the same thing on the other side. trimming. Got down to there. We're gonna come in with our knife. This side is a little bit trickier. It ain't bad though. Let's make sure we have all the meat cut off. Okay, so now as you can see, it is not disconnected on the bottom side. Still connected on, like, the spine raises up like that in the middle. Still connected on the bottom right there. And this is the only part where you really have to be worried about cutting through the skin. So all we're gonna do is, I mean, I do it different every single time. I'm just gonna make sure that we're cut down here. We're going from this side and just cut right around it in the front. Making sure not to cut yourself. Because once you get this front piece cut off, you can just start peeling it back. So, just like that. Basically just pick that spine up, cut as close as you can to it. Now, I know there's plenty of different ways that people debone flounder. This is just the way I do it. May not be the quickest out there, but it works and you don't miss too much meat. This one I missed a little bit just because I was being lazy on the top side. Trying to get this done. But, oh, poked a hole in there. See, that's what you have to be careful for. Poking holes because it's super thin coming around the bottom of there. All right, so you just work that all the way down to the tail. Then you make sure you are cut on each side as far back as you can get it. You don't want all these bones in there. Once you get back there, take your shears, give it a snip off. And if you want to, you can keep on working on that little bitty bone right there. It doesn't really matter. That's like ½ inch of literally like the thinnest pieces of meat, so it doesn't really matter. That right there is a completely boned out flounder fillet ready to be stuffed. There are still bones on the sides, as you can see, little bitty ones. So after we cook it, I'll show you how to get those out. But we're about to head in the kitchen and throw some magic in here and see what we can whip up. All right, while we're in the kitchen now, we got our flounder all laid out and we're gonna make our stuffing for it. So usually we would use breadcrumbs and cut up like celery and all these vegetables and do all that sort of stuff, but we have like barely any breadcrumbs left. So what we're doing today is we're gonna be using Boudin. I took it out of the casing, crushed it up, and now we're just gonna start adding stuff to it. So, I like to eat mayonnaise with my Boudin, which you might think is weird, but it's not, I swear. And we're gonna add that in here, because also, if you've never put mayonnaise on fish, it's pretty good. I think we've done that in a couple of videos before, but we're gonna add this in there so it moistens up. So we got our mayonnaise in there. We're gonna take an egg. It also does the same thing. We'll help hold it all together. Just one egg, crack it in there. And then we're gonna mix that up and then start adding seasonings. All right, so the Boudin is already seasoned, but we're just gonna add a little bit of extra stuff because usually if I made stuffed flounder, I'd use Italian seasoning, which just changes the game. Oh wow, that was a lot. Okay, there's that. Garlic powder, all in there. A little bit of onion powder. And we just mix all that up once again, and that is ready to go in the fish. But before we put it in, number one thing, most important thing I think for making stuffed flounder is spray butter, okay? This stuff is a game changer. So literally just spray it all over the inside of the flounder. A lot of times I would take butter, melt it, and put it in with the stuffing, but since we're doing Boudin, we don't need it. Instead, we're just gonna spray this all over the inside. And I mean a whole bunch, like that, like crazy amount, okay? Once we have that done, we're gonna go ahead and lay our stuffing in. So it's mixed up nice and well. We're gonna start using our hands here and laying it in. Got that all laid in there. What we're gonna do is take our fish, fold the flounder up over it, just like that. And we're gonna squeeze it together so it looks nice. All right, next step, now that we have that nice and sealed up, more spray butter, of course, on the outside. Oh, you gotta hold it up so it goes out, boom. And then hot Hungarian paprika, which this will give it an awesome color on the outside, and just adds a little bit of heat, not much, because it's really not spicy at all. But we do give it quite a bit here. Like a whole bunch. All right, that looks good. This is actually ready for the oven right here. The oven is heated up, so we're about to throw it in. But while it's cooking, you can just keep adding spray butter to it if you think it looks dry. And then whenever we get close to the end there, we're gonna take some of this right here, which is like butter garlic parmesan. our garlic Parmesan butter. These little pads right here, pads of butter. I just lay them on top. I think that's gonna be amazing. So let's throw this in the oven. Don't know how long it's gonna take, honestly. Just cook it until it looks done. Maybe check the temperature. We have the oven at 350. We're gonna start with like 30 minutes and I'll come and check it. So we'll see y'all then. So we just pulled it out of the oven to check it. I don't know why the fish folded up like that, but it did. It's almost done. The fish is done. We're just trying to get the inside a little bit warmer. So we're gonna spray it again. Looking a little dry on the outside. Get it all nice and covered in spray butter, right? And then we're gonna throw on these. So I'll break them up. They're soft. Just lay them everywhere. Okay, good enough. Now we're going to wipe our hands, put it back in the oven. We're gonna give it 10 minutes and it's gonna be ready to eat. Well, the timer just went off. That means it's done here. So we're gonna pull it out. Ooh, it looks super good. That butter melted great. All right. So we're gonna cut this thing up, show you how to pull the bones out of it, and give you a little taste test. So I'm excited. Let's get into it. All right. So to cut it up, I like to take a metal spatula and just go straight down the middle, stabbing it all the way through, making sure you get through that fish, just like that. All right, and then we just go sideways with it. So, I mean, I guess we'll cut right here into portions. You can do that with a knife too, obviously. I just like to use a spatula, it makes it easy. And then, perfect. Stuffed flounder fish is still super moist. Oh yeah, all right. Well, ready to try it, no more waiting around. Oh yeah, one more thing too. If you want to get the bones out, you can just take this right here, the side, and pull it. All those little bones there in there are gonna come out right there. That's all bones. You still need to watch out because obviously sometimes you'll miss some. Like up in there, there's still a little bit of bones. You can just scrape it out or whatever, however you want to get it, or just eat around it. There they are. All right, completely boneless, ready to taste. We're gonna get a taste of it. Check out how flaky the fish is right there. How white it is, looks great. A little bit of Boudin on there. I've already tried it. I gotta be honest, it's gas, so let's go for it. Like always, stuffed flounder, #1 way to cook it, besides like fried whole, but you have to cook a flounder whenever, stuff a flounder whenever they're like anywhere from 17 to infinite size. I don't know. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe. Thank you to everyone who is, like always. Until next time, peace.